pay $500. If you subscribe to MacroWatch tonight at one of these booths, you have a 50% discount. You can subscribe for $250. And what you will get is, as soon as you subscribe, you have immediate access to 18 hours of videos that I've already made. You can begin immediately watching 18 hours of video content. There are 2 courses, How the Economy Really Works, in which I explain how the economy works now, and the other course is called Capitalism in Crisis. Plus, so in total, 18 hours of video content that you can watch immediately. And then you will receive a new video roughly every 2 weeks from me for the next year. So, and in MacroWatch, what I focus on is explaining why the economy is different now. Almost all of the academic economists at all of the universities still don't understand why the economy works differently now. The Queen of England complained at the London School of Economics in 2009. Why did none of you people see this global economic crisis coming? The Queen of England said that. Well, she should have read my book, because in my book I said it was coming. And so I focused, and the reason I saw that is because you could see these trade deficits were destabilizing the world. So what I focus on is how the economy really works now, how it's driven by credit, how it's driven by paper money creation, and how it's all directed by the government. We no longer have a capitalist economy in the United States. This isn't capitalism anymore, where the market works by itself. Our economy now is directed by our government, by the Treasury Department and by the U.S. Central Bank, the Fed, by debt and printing money. So in MacroWatch, I try to anticipate what they're going to do next, and how that's going to affect the stock market, the bond market, interest rates, property, commodities, and currencies in the entire global economy. And I think that I do this in a way that's easy to understand. Each video is roughly 20 minutes long. Each video has 30 or 40 charts that you can download and study anytime you want. And you can watch these videos online, on demand, whenever you want. So that's what MacroWatch is. I hope you'll consider taking a look. RichardDuncanEconomics.com.
So I would recommend, I subscribe. The reason I recommend it is because I don't think the next crash is going to be like the last crash. And so everything is changing so quickly, that's why books kind of don't work, because by the time it's written, it's changed. Just remember this, as I said earlier, this is not a time to get cocky. Because what happens when your economy booms, what happens?
So what you can expect in the future is your exports are going to grow more and more. That means you're going to bring in more and more dollars into Vietnam. Those dollars are going to go into your banks. And so the banks will have more and more money to lend. They will lend out the money, and this will make your economy boom and boom. Everyone will start buying cars. Your government will start building highways over the city. I see you have lots of skyscrapers already, but there'll be 10 times as many. There'll be a great boom. But then it's going to overheat.
So please subscribe to MacroWatch, because when you get cocky, that's what happens. As I said earlier, what happens, all this money comes into the banks, and they give it to people like me. It worked last time. The reason I subscribe to MacroWatch is all this money comes in, I don't know what's going to work next time. As Richard says, a totally different economy. So please, it's going to change very rapidly. Every 2 weeks, you get a new video. Richard explains how it's changing. He's very familiar with the Southeast Asia area, and it's going to be the best thing you could ever do for your future. Okay, so big hand for Richard, please.
Thank you, Robert. And thank you, Hanoi. Good night.